How are you all, guys? Hi, Arush. How are you?
Are you?
Good. Okay. Meeting Sricharan is good. Advik is back. Srinita is back. Anya is back. Harshika, how are you, ma?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, ma. Okay. I really want to go over. See, since this is our first class, I want to make sure who, what we are, what are we doing. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay. This is algebra 2. So let me keep going there. Mm, okay. Let me try to understand each of you guys. Harshika. Oh, hi. You look like Gayatri. Or Gayatri looks like, I'm sorry. You look like Netra.
Oh, really? Everyone
Yes.
says that we look the same.
Yes. Okay. Advik is back, I know. Okay. Arush, I just want to make sure, meaning I understand you by whatever notes I have written down. Hold on. Since you're new, I really want to understand that. Otherwise, I cannot have that connection with you guys. Mm, Arush Verma. Hey, Arush, you're joining from India?
Not yet. I'm gonna be leaving on the 14th for India.
Okay. Okay, let me make a request. Okay. Guys, this class, right? Um, do you think we can all meet from 8:30, meaning 7:30 to 8:30? Is that okay for you all? Out of a couple of requests from this class, I'm making this request. Please, I want each of you to answer. Don't keep quiet.
I think I can.
That's
Yeah.
okay with me. Yeah, I'm okay with it too.
Yeah.
Anya, Anya Sahana, how about you?
I'm okay with that.
Sahana?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Probably we are okay for the summer, Arush. After that, I want to bring it to 7 to 8. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Now, Sahana, will that help you too from India?
Yeah,
I know. Because you can wake up half an hour late, right?
yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yes, this works for me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn my camera on.
No problem, ma. Okay. Yeah. So Sahana and Anya, okay, I really want your camera on, but I don't know, Sahana, I can't force you. I know because you're in India, morning, I don't know, but it's better to be on the camera. Okay. Okay. Can we move on? We have got good introduction. So from next week, we are going to meet at 7. So we are going to meet at 7:30 CST. Correct, guys? Are you all on board with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Arush, did that help you?
Yeah.
Good. Good to know. Sahana, that is going to help you too. And thanks for the others for being flexible. Let's move on. Okay, guys. Advik, you are continuing geometry, right?
Yeah.
How is it going?
Pretty good. It's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. Okay. So it's just a 2-month course?
Yes, 8 weeks.
Oh my God, that's so scary. Okay. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead. You know what I wanted to do with you guys? I'll just directly start, guys. You all know I created a Google Classroom. Did you all go through the Google Classroom? Mm-hmm. I did post the
I
standard.
had just received the email this morning and
Mm.
I wasn't able to go through everything yet.
No problem. I just posted the standards that we will cover as a part of Algebra 2. Okay. And I'll also follow a book. Did your moms and dads talk to you about the book that we'll follow?
Yeah, I was wondering, could you I'm not sure if we wanted to buy the book, we can, but we were wondering if you could just take pictures of the questions and then post it online in the Google Classroom.
Sorry, my friend, it can't be done.
Okay.
Okay, if you want, you'll have to buy the book. If you really want to do the homework properly, I advocate everybody should buy the book. Okay, I'm not going to post the copyrighted book in Google Classroom. You got it?
Okay.
And I don't have it too. I don't have the student version of it at all. Okay, so I request you to buy. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go ahead. So basically in algebra 2, what we'll do is there are a set of 15 functions. We have always described function, okay? But then we are going to study functions in detail, and around a list of 15 functions we are going to study through the course of this, okay? There are 2 volumes of books. The welcome email tells you to buy 2 volumes of books. Both the volumes are quite necessary. The target is to finish volume 1 as soon as possible, then go to volume 2, finish algebra 2 quickly, okay? Okay, now let's move on. So today I'm going to discuss functions basics. Okay, this class is quite important, but some of you have not come. Let's see quickly who didn't come. Ah, yeah, Harshika is here. Advik is here. Arush is here. Chetan is here. Sahana is here. Srinita is here. Anya is here. Oh my God, Aryan is on vacation. Okay, Mahir is not in here. Why? Advik. Oh my God, Advik, they forgot. Adit and Advik, I think they forgot. One second, guys.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me quickly call up Advik. Since this is the first class, I try to make sure. Okay, Adit. This is hard actually. One second, guys. I just want to make sure I'm reminding everyone just for this first class, okay? I really want you all to remember and then come, okay, for the classes. Okay. Yep, I didn't send it to everybody. Okay, let's move on now. What we are going to do today. A lot of time socializing today. Okay, I'm hoping all of you have the Google Classroom code. Do you all have it? Do you all have the Google Classroom code, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, let's see. First, we'll learn what are functions and we will cover different types of functions. Okay, that's the target for today. So let's see. You have gone over functions in algebra 1, right? Let's see. Now let's say if I give you 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, we are just going to find out more about functions, okay? And I'm going to discuss with you a list of around 15 functions. In that, I'm not going to discuss all the 15 functions today itself, okay? I'm going to go over this list, meaning, hey, these are the functions that we will discuss throughout the book. For this next 8 months, we are going to discuss these 15 functions. That is what I'm going to say. And each function, what you need to learn. Okay, I'll tell you, I'll just choose a basic function and I'll tell you what you need to learn. Slowly, you're going to expand your knowledge to the first 7 functions first, and then to the next 7 functions, okay? In each of the functions, see, the thing is, you know a line, okay? This is a linear function. You know a constant line. This is a constant function. So like this, we will learn different functions. Let's say, what other functions you are familiar with? Quadratic, right? You know about a quadratic function, which is a u curve. So for all these functions, there are a set of properties you need to know. Okay, so a lot of properties in each of the function you will know. So like this, there are 15, 16 functions that you will learn throughout the course of the year. In each function, meaning every month we learn two functions. That's all. The entire algebra 2 is all about it. Okay, and we'll end up with log and exponential function. When we finish algebra 2, we are coming towards the end of algebra 2 means we are finishing up with log and exponential functions. So before we go in there, right, you studied something about functions in algebra 1. So let's say 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 3 comma 1, 4 comma 8. Is this a function or not? Who can describe whether this is a function or not?
I can.
Go ahead.
Well, basically, we do the vertical line test, and it like ensures that like nothing on the x-axis is repeated. So, and then the 1 is repeated.
See, the same input value has two different y values. So it is not a function. Is there any question in this for any of you? Suppose if you have 1 comma 1, 2 comma 1, 3 comma 1, is this a function or not?
Yes.
This is a function. The same, see, different inputs can have the same output. It does not matter. This is a function machine. If you give a 1, it gives a 1. If you give a 2, it again gives a 1. If you give a 3, it again gives a 1. See? This way it is a function. Whereas what should not be there? The function machine. If you give a 1 today it will give you a 1. Tomorrow if you give the same 1, it is trying to bluff. It is giving a 2. I cannot rely on this machine, so this is not a function. So when you do a vertical line test, all of you are aware of the vertical line test? If the line crosses 2 points in the graph, then it is not a function. Now, coming to any function, right? In algebra 1 itself, we knew how to write the domain and range. What is domain, Arush? Do you know?
Domain is the set of possible x values.
Yep. What is Harshika? What is range? Do you know?
Range is the set of y values.
Nice. Okay. Now, let's go to domain and range. Okay. The thing about algebra 2 is you should learn something new, right? You cannot be grinding the same flour. Okay. So we have 3 notations. When it comes to domain and range for any function, you know what are we going to do? We are going to learn 3 different set notation. There are 3 ways of writing the domain and range: set notation, interval notation, and inequality notation. Interval notation, inequality notation. I started algebra 2, okay? Because we have a lot to cover. I don't know. Let's see. Do you all understand this? Set notation, interval notation, what is this? Let me go ahead and draw a line. Let's see whether I can explain this first. You know a line. Everybody knows a line, correct? So I'm going to draw a line like this, okay? 4, 3, 2. Now, the line ends here, let's say, okay? Okay, now I really want somebody to tell me the domain for this. Don't worry about the notations, okay? That is my duty. I want you to tell the domain. Sri Charan, why don't you tell me the domain for this one? Chetan, are you with me, Chetan, till now?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Auntie?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So you are following till here, Chetan?
Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying, yes.
Okay, and you have heard of domain and range, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Negative 2 is less than or equal to
Negative?
2
Uh-huh.
is less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4.
Is it correct?
No, less than, not less than or equal to for negative 2.
So where should I correct it?
Instead of less than or equal to at the beginning, it's just less than.
It's less than. Why? There is a hole, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what notation do you think this is for the domain? See, when you look at it itself, what notation is this? Is it interval or inequality or set notation?
Inequality.
Inequality. We are writing an inequality here, right? So So let's go to inequality notation. Write the domain and range. Okay. The domain is -2 less than x is less than or equal to 4. For the range, Advik, do you want to say the range in inequality notation?
Yeah. -2 is less than y less than or equal to 4.
Is that right?
Oh wait, no, 0
Exactly. 0
is less than y.
is less than or equal to 4. Nice. Because for range, what will you do? On the y-axis. Harshika, are you following, ma?
Yeah, I am.
On the y-axis, you're going to see what is the bottom, what is the top. The bottom, this one, the ending has a hole, right? So that should not be included. So 0 is less than y. There is no less than or equal to because there is a hole. Then at the ending point, there's a shaded dot. So it is less than 4. So this is how inequality notation you will write the domain and range. But how to convert this to some other notation, set notation and interval notation? Guys, in algebra 2, if you miss this equal to sign or if you add this equal to sign, they will take away points. They will not be sympathetic about anything. Okay, because you're in algebra 2. Okay, so many kids when they come into algebra 2 suffer with this problem where their grades go down just because they miss the equal to sign or they forget to put the whole. These are all silly mistakes, but then kids tend to get a lot of points docked. So interval notation, how to write the interval notation? Interval notation, it's interesting. Okay, let me show you. Interval notation means you have to write down the starting number, ending number. What is the starting number? Let's say for domain. First, let's write out for domain and then we'll write out for range. Basically, for the domain, you know, here we have, right? -2, 4. -2, it starts at -2, it ends at 4. -2 and 4. I write the starting and ending with a comma. But my problem is -2 is less than x means I put a parenthesis. Whereas 4 has a less than or equal to, the ending number is a less than or equal to, right? It will have a square brackets. Any questions here? Square bracket means the ending number is included. Parenthesis means that number who has a parenthesis immediately after or before, right? That is not included. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, can one of you help me write out the range? Mean you volunteer, guys. See, this class is more like it has to be interactive. Sahana, you want to say? Emma, go ahead. Sahana,
I don't know.
you don't know, problem, ma. Okay, who wants to try? Srinita, you want to say? Try, otherwise I'll help you. Go ahead.
Parentheses 0, comma 4
Parenthesis 0, comma 4.
with the square kind
Why
of thing.
square bracket? Why square? Oh, yeah. I missed it here. Yes. You got it?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Sahana, are you following?
Yes.
Okay. Now coming to the set notation, that's a little new to you guys. Set notation starts with a curly braces. Always, whether it is domain or range, it is going to start with a curly braces. Okay. First, let me write down the domain. Domain goes from -2 to 4. So I will write, see, x, all values of x, and then a pipe symbol. This is common, guys. Okay, this is the general way of writing a set notation, meaning.
And Miss Priya, I'm not sure if you can see me, but I was like sort of sitting in the distance. Like I'll just be seeing a little back. I'll try to.
Seema, Anya, in that case, if you're sitting a little back, yes, I'm able to see 100%. Yeah, if you don't blur the background, it helps then. Okay, now.
Okay, I'll try to unblur.
No problem. Domain says all x's. What is the, see, this pipe symbol separates out right side of the pipe sign will have the restrictions on x. What is the restriction on x? This one. -2 is less than x is less than or equal to 4. Make sense? When you write out the range, I will write out all y. How? What is the restriction on y? 0 is less than y is less than or equal to 4. Advik, are you following?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a little teeny tiny bit tricky. We'll do one or two. Any questions still here?
Where you wrote like X or Y, are you talking about all the values of X and Y?
Yes, all the values of x or y that are in this range. You see, meaning, see, I'm talking about how the x should be on the right side of the pipe.
But only integers or decimals as well?
Good question. In this case, if it is nothing, I have not written anything here. What does it mean? It means everything, whether it's a decimal or a fraction or everything, because it's a continuous function. Do you see it?
Yeah. So
Meaning 1.1, the function is present. 1.221, the function is present, correct? So it can be anything between -2 to 4.
okay, so we have to write all them out or
What do you mean by that?
so you said that we have to write all the values of X or Y. So do you write out all of the values or
You don't need to write out all the values. That's what I'm saying. So x pipe, you can just put the inequality here, right?
oh okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
What's the difference between that and inequality notation?
What is the difference between, oh, so, okay, good question. There are so many differences, right? Right away, you may not know on this one, okay? But sometimes in set notation, we will write it like this. Why? I'm just giving you an example, okay? Y is an element of R. What does it mean? Okay, let me, instead of telling you abstract, okay, let me go ahead and draw something and tell you. How about this? What is the domain of this? Anybody? You know, you all know. You have done. Huh?
All real numbers.
All reals. See, all reals. Okay, you can say that, okay, when you're an algebra 1 student. Now you can no longer say that. Okay, I'll ask you, hey, what is the set notation domain? What is the interval notation domain? What is the set notation, interval notation? What is the other one I said? Inequality notation. When I ask you like this, right, you'll have to sit and write here. Domain is all x's. X is an element of reals. Inequality notation, you can say minus infinity less than x is less than infinity. Infinity will never have equal to sign. Infinity will never have a square bracket. Infinity will always have parentheses. Makes sense? Any questions here? So do you see the difference between set notation and inequality here? What is this? X is an element of R. That means X is a member of real number set. R means it indicates a real number set. Any questions there? Z means it indicates integer set. R means real number set. Any questions? Element means it's a member of real number set. Does that make sense?
Kinda, yeah.
Kind of making sense. Okay, let's see. Mahir, you can shout out the moment first time I called you, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, and one more thing. Domain and range, whenever you write, you start from the lowest, go to the highest. Make sense? You start from the lowest, go to the highest. How about, let's see. Okay, I want to know about, let's see, 1 minute, 1 or 2 questions I'll give you. How about this? Can I give you this graph? Can I get your domain and range? Please, can I get your domain and range for this function? Can I get the domain and range for that function?
Any form?
What is it, ma?
Any form?
Any form. All the forms. Sorry, all the forms.
Okay. So for set notation, the domain would be X pipe.
1 minute, ma. Why don't you send it in chat?
Okay.
I am in dark, total dark. Sricharan, send Seema domain, all the notations. All notations. And then range, all notations. That's nice, Sricharan. That one thing is right, but there's a lot to answer, right? I think I need to discuss a lot about the. See, I
I
really
don't
would.
really have a line on my keyboard for the set notation.
What, ma?
Like for the set notation, I don't have that line.
What line, ma?
Hi.
Oh, every computer has it. The one above the return. The one shift and that key. The pipe symbol is the key above the return key. Am I making sense, Sanya?
I'm trying to find my return key.
I don't have the symbol either.
Yeah, I don't have mine.
Guys, what machine are you using?
I don't think I have a return key.
Yeah, me neither.
What my enter key, ma'am? Am I making a mistake in
Like
saying?
I can have that parentheses, but I don't have that like straight line.
I have to.
Arush, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anya, what are the keys? You tell me. There is no way a keyboard will come without it. What are the keys you see on the rightmost?
It's paired with the backslash.
Exactly.
Um,
Maybe go ahead. Go ahead, Anya.
so I have Tab, Caps Lock, Shift, Control, FN, a Windows page, like and then Alt, and then again Alt, CTRL, well,
Wait,
which is Control.
wait, ma. Are you talking about the right hand side?
For right hand side, it's just like a number keypad, and then after that, like next to that, I have backspace, print screen, delete,
Okay.
enter, shift, and airplane mode.
delete, enter is there, right? In between that, do you have square brackets?
Oh, never mind. I found it.
See? Sahana, same thing with you.
I
Good
found
job.
it now too.
Good job, though. Mm. So domain and range, okay, zeros, increasing, decreasing, local, global, maximum, positive, negative intervals. Okay. Ah, there's a lot to cover. Let's see. Let's see what to do. Mahir, I got your answer. Mahir, the left side will be less than or equal to on the domain, right, ma?
Is the left side supposed to be infinity or is it supposed to be a dot?
Yeah, I was also about to ask that.
Which one, ma?
The left side?
Left side is no, it's a dot. It's a shaded dot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For good job, Arush. Inequality is great. Okay, domain is correct, Arush. Four minus 4 minus. Okay.
There's set notation, inequality, and
Arush, correct. Sricharan, correct. Yeah, go ahead.
what's the last one? I forgot. Because I have it written down, but I forgot what it's called.
I feel, which one, ma?
So I have set notation and inequality, but I forgot what the other one was called.
Interval notation.
Oh, okay, interval notation. Thanks.
Advik, something feels wrong, Advik. What? Why? Y is between 0 to 6, right, Advik? That's not what. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you. Okay. For the domain, right? Let me first put it in interval notation. Then I will write it in inequality notation. Then I'll write it in set notation. Let me write down. Okay. The next one I can ask you, I feel. In the interval notation means I have to write the starting point, ending point on the x-axis, right? -5, 4. Okay. Now I need to decide between square brackets or parentheses. Mahir, I want you to listen. -5 will have a square bracket. 4 will have a parenthesis. Any questions there? Since there is a circle on 4, right? You will have to have a parenthesis. Anya, there's a lot of noise, Anya. I'm going to mute you. Now, in inequality notation, when you shift this, -5, 4, x in between, -5 has a shaded dot, x has a hole, meaning 4, right? That side has a hole, so it is less. In set notation, I'll go ahead and put all x, and the restriction I'll put directly as an inequality for now. Okay. Now coming to the range in the interval notation, let's see the y-axis. Starting is here, ending is here. See, this side it's included, this side it's excluded. So there is 6 value present in the graph. So 0 to 6. Basically, in interval notation, starting is 0, ending is 6. 6 is included, 0 is included. Both are included. In inequality notation, the same thing converts to 0 is less than or equal to y is less than or equal to 6. In set notation, I'll go ahead with y, restriction being 0 is less than or equal to y is less than or equal to 6. Any questions? Advik, you completely forgot about writing the restriction in the set notation, correct?
Yeah.
But do you understand it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sahana, that is correct, ma. Arush, very nice to see the range. Okay. Advik. -6 to 6. Advik, where are we? Did you understand what is the
Yeah, I
problem?
understood. I kind of messed up. I understood.
No problem. It is a mess up only initially because I know kids that are coming afresh, right? It's absolutely fine. Harshika, very nice, ma, to see your answers together. I really like it. I'm just checking. Please hold on, ma. Hey, Harshika. -5. Correct. Nice. Nice. Harshika, everything is correct.
Okay.
Harshika, you have learned algebra 2 already, huh?
I started to learn it like last month, but I didn't do that much, only a little bit.
Little bit. Okay. So you have done this, is it?
Yeah, set is still new to me, but I've heard of the interval and inequality.
Oh, I see. Okay, ma. Good. Good to know. Okay. So remember, guys, you're always going to go from low to high. Sometimes it will force you to write high to low. Don't do that. It should always be low to high. Okay. And then what else? Yeah, I want to show you this. Okay. Now let's consider a function like this. Okay, let's consider a function like this. Okay, let's consider a function like this. Should I do it like this? Okay, let me do it like this. Okay. Let's see this one. In this, sometimes you'll be asked, hey, what is the positive interval? How will you describe this positive? This is positive, right? Above the x-axis is positive, below the y-axis is negative. So how am I going to describe this positive interval? This is one positive interval, correct? You see the graph y value is positive. The graph, see, the x value is negative, but the graph actually is above the x-axis. So this is positive, right? This piece, this interval is negative, right? This interval again is positive. This interval fully till here is positive. Again, this continues to be positive. Now, what can they ask? You can talk about, I talked to you about positive and negative intervals. If it is above x-axis, it is positive. Below x-axis, it's negative. One thing is when you're positive, negative, when you write out the positive and negative intervals, right? Suppose you want to write out this interval where it is negative, right? You're going to write it in interval notation. However, see, when you start, you're going to start with this. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. This is minus 4.5. This is minus 1.5, let's say. I will write this interval as, see, this interval is negative. Y value is negative. But when I write the interval, I'll write only the x values of it. You see, minus 4.5, comma, minus 1.5. So this is a positive, this is a negative interval, I'll say. I'll write out only the x values of it. Now, let's go to decreasing and increasing. This interval is what? Y value, Sri Charan, you tell me. This value is what? This interval is increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
Increasing. The value of y increases. But unfortunately, when you write down the interval values, right, let's say minus. So now the increasing interval, I'm just pointing to one interval. But when you write the increasing interval, right, you'll go ahead and write minus 3, comma 0, parenthesis you're going to use. You're not going to use any square brackets here for increasing, decreasing intervals. Srinita, are you following, ma?
Yeah.
One thing that was concerning for me was, Srinita, you did not answer the last one. Did you see that?
Yeah, I understood the last one.
Okay, good. Okay. So you know me, sometimes it's not to pick up. I just want to understand whether you're following. That's all. So increasing interval is minus 3 to 0, correct? But see here, you are looking at the y value, whether it is increasing. But when you write down the interval details, you're looking at the x values and writing and using parentheses and no square brackets. Am I making sense? Now, how do I refer to this decreasing interval? This is a decreasing interval, right? So I'll start from 0. I will end with a 2. I can say, hey, this is a decreasing interval. Any questions? Any questions still here? Okay, we'll go ahead and write down. Then we'll have more questions. Okay, I'm just going over the concept. So positive, negative. Okay. Now y values are increasing, so you should always use the x values to write down. Okay. What else? Okay, this is good. Okay, now I want to talk to you about absolute or global minimum. Okay. Let's write it down. Yeah, I will have some notes and problems on this, okay? Absolute. Arush, you're following Arush?
Yes.
Or global maximum. Okay. Absolute or global minimum. These are new terms is what I think. Sri Charan, have you heard of this?
No.
No, okay. Chetan, how are you able to follow Chetan? Can you educate me?
Well, I'm just listening to,
What?
I guess, how you're setting up the different things. It's a
Okay.
little like, are you showing them a graph? Is that what I'm wondering? That's
Yeah,
what.
exactly. I'm showing the graph.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just listening, I guess.
Mhm.
That's the best
You're
way I can
a-
put it.
so you're able to understand the definitions that are being described, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see, Chetan. Okay, let me move on now. Okay, absolute or global minimum. Let's say I want to draw a graph and show you. Just like that, there's no point. Okay. Okay, how about this? We'll take this graph as an example. Okay. Okay, now let me erase mine. I know I wrote it, but let me erase mine. Now, the highest point on the entire graph, the highest point on this entire graph is this. The lowest point on the entire graph is this. Highest point on the entire graph is absolute or global maximum. The lowest point on the graph is called absolute or global minimum. Okay, there's something else you need to know. When I talk to you about minimum, you understand that I'm talking to you about the lower points in the graph. When I talk to you about maximum, it's always the highest points in the graph, right? But then, let's say there are other points that are as well maximum. This is a maximum, this is a maximum, right? I didn't talk about it at all. You know, those are called local maximum, meaning this is the maximum in a given interval. This is also another local maximum. Any questions here? Any questions? Think about it. Any questions?
Wait, so the local maximum, local minimum can't be the same as the absolute maximum?
What is that? One more time.
Could the local minimum or maximum be the same as the absolute?
Yeah, it can be. Why not? Meaning, if you consider this interval, let's say if you consider this interval, can I say the absolute maximum is my local maximum?
No.
See, I'm considering this interval. The absolute maximum is my local maximum, right?
Yeah.
Within that interval, that's my maximum. So that's my local maximum as well as the absolute or global maximum on the graph. Make sense? Hey,
Yeah.
Arush, are you here, Arush? Oh, okay. Sorry. Arush, you're good?
Yeah, I was just writing it down.
Oh, okay, okay. Suddenly I did not see you. I thought you disappeared suddenly. Okay. So now you understand the difference between the local word and the absolute word, right? It's just sophisticated way of saying, okay, for me, if left to me, I would say, hey, this is the highest point in the graph, this is the lower point in the graph, lowest point in the graph for absolute. If it is local, then I would say, hey, these are the points that go that are up there, but not the greatest. That's how raw way of defining it is that. Now, having said this, I also want to talk about something else which I forgot. Hold on. Local maximum, local minimum. Local minimum, did I talk to you? Yeah. So see here. I did not talk to you about a local minimum. See, this is the local minimum, right? This is the lower point in the graph. Local minimum. Now there is one another definition that's coming. Extremas. These are the extremas in a graph. What is this extremas? Extremas means extremes, maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum. These are extremas in the graph. Any questions? Any questions, guys? You can say no, yes, I'm fine.
No.
So we talked about only functions. We talked about whether it can be a function or not, vertical line test that we have studied. Then we went ahead and discussed domain range in each of the notations, set notation, interval notation, inequality notation. Very subtle differences exist, but it is so important to differentiate them and understand and write them in such a way you don't miss any small thing about set or interval or inequality. Then we also went to function characteristics and talked about positive, negative values or decreasing, increasing intervals. And we discussed about we discussed the extremas of a function, which are local max, local min, absolute max, absolute min, or even you can call them as global max, global min. Any questions still here? Okay. Yeah, guys, if we don't do the homework, it's rough to keep going. Okay. Now, I want to understand in the same graph. Let me consider the same graph. Okay. Why we are studying this? Because for every function, for the list of 15 functions, we are going to study all of this. Function by function, we are going to study. Okay, so that's going to take a long time. Not just this, okay? In depth for each function, we'll go and study so many other characteristics, and we are going to study transformation of each function as well. Okay, see, next week class, don't miss, guys. I'm going to go over the first several functions, first 7 or 8 functions with their characteristics I'll go through. Okay, don't miss that second class. Okay, now let's go ahead and try this one. What did I want to say? What are these called? What are these points called? Anybody who knows, you can shout out. Please make the class interactive. Don't be
Maximum and minimum.
what
The zeros.
zeros, right? See the points on the graph where the graph cuts the x-axis, right? They're called the zeros. It's not the minimum. See, this is a minimum, local minimum, no doubt. But the left-hand side, that one, it just crosses from the positive to the negative side. So that is a zero. Whenever the sign changes from positive to a negative or negative to a positive, there is always a zero of the function. Whenever the graph switches from positive to negative value or negative to positive value, it has to cross the zero of the function. Here, see, it remains in the positive side but takes up a U-turn. Do you see here? There are zeros as well. Any questions? Any questions? Zeros, what are the other name for zeros that you learned from Algebra 1? Anybody can say, please.
X-intercept.
Yep, x-intercepts. What is the other name? Roots. Am I with you all? Advik, am I with you all?
Yeah.
Can I move on? Sri Charan, are you with me?
Yeah,
Trying to wrap your head around all this still, or you're okay?
I got it. Okay.
You got it. That's okay. Anya, how about you, ma? Mahir?
Yeah.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Still feeling like listening? Good to know. Okay. Mahir and Harshika, how about you guys?
Yeah, I get it.
I also get it.
Okay. So we discussed zeros, x-intercepts, roots of the function, which is good for us now. What else? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. What is this on? Okay. What type of a function is this? I hope you remember this, but I don't know whether you remember this. So I'm asking, okay? And some of you are completely new to me too, so I don't know. Okay, let's see. How about this? What type of function is this? What type of a function is that? Anybody? Any thoughts?
Scatter plot?
No.
Discrete.
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 That's nice, guys. Discrete, yeah. So what is that discrete function? I like that. What is the
It
discrete?
doesn't have an exact function that like really goes along with it.
Think so?
It's not continued. There can't be any in between values.
Exactly. See, that's a better way of saying. So discrete, there are two types of functions, right? One is discrete, one is continuous. This we learned in your algebra one. Okay, it's okay if you don't remember. I can understand because it's long time. There are two types of function. Discrete is the function is described at some points. I don't know at which points, but it is described at this point, and this point. See, this x has some y value, this x has some y value, this x has some y value. Continuous function is defined at every point from the first to the last. See, 1.1, 1.111, 1.121, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 2, 2.1, 2.15, 2.16, like that. It's continuous through from the starting to the ending. So this is called a discrete function. The biggest problem about this discrete function is writing the domain and range. I don't know whether you guys remember from algebra 1, it has to have curly braces. Remember? Now for the domain, what would happen for the domain? I have to write the x values, -3, -2, 1, then you have a 2, then you have a 5. So I just pick out the x values in with for which the function is defined for the domain. I will just pick out the y values. So y values means -5. Arush, are you able to follow?
Yeah.
0, 1, and then 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so discrete function is a slightly different. Okay, in the sense it is written with curly braces, and that's the only way to write the domain and range for discrete functions. Okay, discrete functions will be defined if only for the same input there are no duplicate, if only for the same input should not produce different outputs. That you need to remember for it to be a function. Okay, now what else? I really want to understand one more. Let's see. Let me see, guys. Okay, you might get confused with this for sure. So what do I do? 1 second, guys. Okay, how about this? Let me erase all this off. How about this? Okay, okay, let me pick out. Shall I pick out? You don't mind? Sahana, you want to say whether this is a function or not?
It's not.
It's not. Can we write the domain of this? What is the domain of this? You can still write the domain of this. You can just say, see here, it's a little confusing, but then start x value, end x value. So 3 is not included, minus 4 is included. Any questions here? Any questions here?
No.
You're good. Okay. You're good. Okay. What else? This is something that okay, let's see this one. Okay. Let me quickly go to something else. 1.4. Let me try this one. Oh yeah. See, it's going to be a lot of questions on set notation, interval notation, inequality notation for the homework. Okay. 1.3. 1 second, guys. 1.3, 1.3. Yep. Okay. So I've covered most of this. 1.4. 1 second, guys. I just want to make sure I covered everything. Yeah, absolute maximum, global minimum. That's a good one. How about this? Let me erase this one. How about this one? Okay. For
Accessibility
I'm sorry,
shortcuts.
guys. I'm so sorry. I pressed on a different button. Okay. Now let's see this function. In this function, would we be able to write what is the y-intercept? I didn't talk to you about y-intercept. What is the y-intercept of this function?
4.
4. Good job. So it'll be, or I can say as a coordinate point, it's 0, 4. Correct. Now, can you tell me what is f of minus 2? Somebody else, please voice out. F of minus 2. Mahir, you want to try or you don't want to?
Can I say?
1 minute, Anya. Mahir,
I'm not really sure.
no problem. Sahana, do you know what is f of minus 2?
No.
Okay. Harshika, would you be able to say?
Is it -2, 6?
Correct. So the coordinate point is -2, 6, right? What are they asking? F of means function dependent on x, right? When the x value is -2, they're asking for the y value. Now, f of -4, if they ask, I will say that it is -3. Advik, did you get it? -4 x value. What is the y value? I'll say -3. F of means they're asking, this is read as f of x is our y value always. Why do we call like that? Y is a dependent variable on x. Am I making sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so here I talked to you about y-intercept, f values, and then fourth one. Let me see. No. Yes, let's see. See, this is something I wanted to discuss. Can you tell me one global maximum? One global
Do we type it in the chat?
Yeah, type it in the chat. Please tell me what is the global maximum for this given function. What is the global maximum for this given function? I really want you to try.
Is my answer right?
Okay, you're going to write the global maximum, right?
Is it correct?
1 second. Okay, there are two ways of writing. I didn't talk to you about it. One is 2, 6. Yeah, as a coordinate point, you can write this as the global max.
Isn't it -2?
I'm sorry, Ma. Correct. Thank you for correcting. -2, 6 is the global maximum. You can also write it out as y equal to 6 is your global maximum. Any questions? Okay, there are two different ways. See, these are the things that will take off points just like that, okay? Okay, so you understood how to write the global maximum, x-intercepts, y-intercepts, okay. Now what else I thought I'll do? Okay. Mm. Okay, so you understand the difference between positive, negative intervals and increasing, decreasing intervals, right? Don't confuse. Increasing interval means y value goes up. Decreasing interval means y value goes down. But when we write it, we are going to write the start x, start y. We're always going to use parentheses, no square brackets there. Square brackets come into picture only for domain range. Okay. What else? I think it's good. Okay. Okay. So for this week, we have covered just the function characteristics. Even vertical line test, we didn't discuss in detail, but we have just covered this. Next week, I really want to get into each function. Let me show you what we are going to cover next week. And that will help you. Oh, the importance of the class as well. Okay, if you miss, it's very hard to follow after that. See here. So see, it's a 50-page booklet. I'll give it to you. Okay. The thing is, this one, yeah, this one. So let's see what is in here. This is a preview of next week. Okay. This is why I'm saying don't miss the class. Here, see, we'll start from here. Okay. See what function is this? This is a linear function, right? We'll sit and write down name of the function, equation of the function, domain of the function, range of the function. I did not discuss symmetry with you. Even odd I did not discuss. But I did discuss interval of increasing, interval of decreasing, zeros, x-intercept, y-intercept, asymptotes you know, right? And behavior I'll teach you. So for a linear function, we'll sit and write down. Then the next one, it's a constant function. Same set of properties we'll learn for the constant function. Then we'll go into absolute value function. I'll tell you how these are pertaining to absolute value function. Why auntie is saying it's an absolute value function? I don't understand anything. You don't have to bother about it. Next week I'll discuss.
Didn't we already do this in Algebra 1 though?
No. But you have not done absolute value function. No, you didn't do, right, ma?
Yeah, we did.
For absolute value functions?
Yeah.
All this domain
Yeah.
range,
We did all this.
even order la you did.
Yeah.
Anya, you did.
Do this.
Who did, ma?
Me. Free.
Sorry, who? Sricharan, you did.
I did not.
Yeah.
I did
Anya,
not either.
yeah. Anya, you did?
Yeah.
So now for quadratic, and then see, this is for what type of function is this, Anya? Do you know?
Are those inverse functions?
No, ma. This is a cubic function. So this one I'm
Oh
going
yeah,
to...
we're doing that in school right now. We're having our final exam, so we're going over a test review, and that's what we just did.
Okay. So we'll go over the cubic functions. And then what is this function? Anybody, any thoughts?
Are those
Log,
root functions?
log, right?
This is not log. This is square root.
Oh,
Square root functions. Okay. And then this one is what?
That one's inverse.
What inverse? What inverse function? It can't be just inverse function, right, Anya?
The root inverse.
No. What root inverse?
Oh, I meant cubic.
Cubic inverse. Good job. Very nice. What is this? Any thoughts? Guys, don't worry. Okay,
Is
everything
it
is...
exponential? I'm not sure.
This is not exponential. If I give half of it, yes, it is exponential.
oh, it's like to the power of 4, right?
A good question. Good thoughts. To the power of 4. See, x to the power of 4 will be like a quadratic function, but the broader base.
So like
The base.
negative.
This is 1 by x function. Okay. 1 by x square will be like this. Okay, no problem, guys. Okay? This is completely new to you. Don't get frustrated. We'll see next week. Slowly we'll go. Okay. In a way you understand. I'll show you how that graphs, how can you understand from a table nicely.
Miss Priya, I'm not. Wait, 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, guys. So this is what we'll cover next week, but I will not get into the details of this rational functions. Okay, first we'll study only the first 7 functions. Okay, we'll go through each of it in detail, but at the end, I want you to know about symmetry, even, odd, both algebraically and graphically. That's a lot for one class. Let's see whether we can finish that. Okay, any questions for me?
Miss Priya, I'm not sure I'll be able to attend the next 2 classes, so I'll just go over the recording as a material if that's all right.
Absolutely, ma. I will definitely have it. Okay. And guys, if you all want the recording of the class, you all know in the welcome email, if you check, you can find out the YouTube channel at pi_kid, pi_kid. YouTube channel. Okay. So that you have to search by start date and time, meaning date and time of class, because I'm not able to rename. It's an automated process. So you'll have to go by date and time of class. If ever you need the recording, I just record it as it is. Okay. Any questions? Whatever we talk will be in there. Okay. It's more of an informal thing I do. Okay. So absolutely fine. Okay. Whatever interactions you have made as well will be there. But yeah. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, I'll post the homework tonight. Okay, well, any questions if you have, please stay. Otherwise, we'll log off. We'll see you next week again.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
Miss.
Miss Priya.
Thank you.
Bye. Ma.
I'm gonna miss the next to next class because I'm gonna be in the plane going to India.
Okay, when Arush will be missing?
Next to next class on the 15th.
Yeah, next week I'll cover the base of another.
Yeah, same. I'll be missing that too.
Next, Sri Charan.
Oh. Yeah, July, yes, so 15.
1 minute, Sri Charan, wait, ma. Arush, you're going to miss the next week, but will you be able to see the recording?
Yeah.
Okay. But did you understand the class, Arush? You're new to me, right? So
I understood.
Understood? Okay, good. I didn't ask Harshika. I'll ask her next week. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
but if you don't understand, just raise up. Okay. At the end of it, it's not a judge. It's not, oh, if you don't know nothing. Okay. We are going to discuss and patch the gap. That's the intent. Okay. 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 We'll see you next week. But the following class, you're going to see the recording. That's what you're saying, right? Okay. Okay. I see. I see. So then we'll discuss transformation the next class. So that will be a problem. So 4th class, you'll come, Arush.
Yes.
4th class evening.
And will you see the recording and come?
Yeah.
See, if you, my only thing is why we start the algebra to what last year I clearly saw whichever group started in June were able to do much better than the group that started in August as a whole, meaning not just 1 or 2, as a whole, because it was too time crunched if we start in August or September for algebra. Algebra was a lot to cover. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see. Yeah, Arush, it's okay, but we'll see. I will make sure I don't cover transformation in the 3rd class.
Okay.
But I'm glad you told me. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Sri Charan, when are you not coming?
I think the same day he's not.
3rd week. And after that, when are you coming?
I can still, I can do it next classes.
So the 4th class, you'll be there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
3rd class you will not be
Yeah,
there.
I said 4th class I will be there.
4th class, 5th class you will attend from India.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. See, I'm going to postpone this class by 30 minutes for India people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So you will be
Okay, so that they wake up a little late because there are so many attending from India now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Okay. Good.
Yeah, okay. So, meaning they all wanted to be a little half an hour later. So I've asked the kids to come half hour later. They're all okay.
Okay. Only thing is July 15th you'll be traveling, so you have to watch the recording.
Okay.
Recording and come back and ask questions the next week itself. Otherwise, it's gone with the wind.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you want to attend, Sri Charan, you can discuss with mom, dad, and then let me know whether you want to do algebra 2 or geometry.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have to include you in the appropriate class.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
what do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let mom message me. Mom,
Sure.
you message me, okay, va?
Yeah, I will message. நான் message பண்றேன்.
Yeah,